Hello everyone, and thanks for stopping by to Scrap and Craft with Terry. Today we're going to work on our 12 by 12 ephemera set series, where you just use up your 12 by 12 sheets and see how many different pieces that you can get out of them and make a set out of them. Just a good way to use them up. Now these videos that I'm going to do have all been inspired by old YouTube videos. Different people, not one certain person, different people. And that's where my inspirations come from. And I just thought it would be good, you know, to show some of the stuff that's been done in the past. And then it gives everybody ideas and people maybe new ideas. And so we're going to go ahead and get started. Today we're going to be making, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to be making 6 pieces today. So I have everything cut. Well, I have one piece I have to cut, but most everything is cut. I have all my little notes attached to everything because I wouldn't be able to remember what all I was doing with them. So I'll just set some of my little notes over here. And first of all, we're going to start out with, you're going to start out with a 12 by 12 sheet. And mine is single-sided. So I just inked it. Almost looks like a marbled look. And if I need to ink it a little bit more in a spot that maybe wasn't bright enough, I can just go over it and ink it again. On this first one, we're going to make a double pocket. So it started out with the 12 by 12 sheet. And then I cut pieces off of that. So it was the 12 by 12 sheet. I cut 8 inches off of that 12 by 12 sheet. Let me see. And then after I did that, I turned my sheet sideways and I cut the 8-inch piece in half. So I cut it at 8 inches again. So I hope that's all making sense to you. So anyway, so we ended up with an 8 by 8 piece. And if you don't have 12 by 12 pieces, these measurements that I'm giving you, because I'm not cutting them on video, so it might be a little confusing. But even if you don't have 12 by 12 sheets, you can follow these measurements and you can get the same results. So this is an 8 by 8 sheet. And then we are going to score this. Let me get my score thing up here. I don't know, by not having the pieces as a whole part, maybe it's confusing, but we'll see if we can get it done right. So we are going to score 3 inches. And then we're going to turn it sideways and score at the 3-inch mark again. Let me see which one's my top one. This is... I started it sideways, I think. So I started it like this. I scored and then I scored. Okay, so this is the right way. My first score is on this side. And I just turned it and scored there. So now in this corner down here, I'm going to cut on my score mark just up to that score line. So I'm going to cut from here up and across. I haven't made these in advance, so I might even get confused myself. And then we're going to cut up. And now this is going to be a tag. So I'm going to set that aside. Now, you have to figure out if you want this to be your bottom pocket. And this is going to fold around to the back. Hang on just a second, I have to check something. Okay, I was just a little confused. Now you have to determine if you want like most of your flowers showing. This is going to fold back this way. I want my flowers to show, so I'm going to have it upside down, or I'm going to have it this way. We can just do it from this way. This is less confusing. I have my flowers up, so I'm just going to fold this to the right on that score line, and then I'm going to fold this up as my bottom pocket. And I'm going to use my circle punch, cut a little divot in here. Try to get it a little straight. Generally, they're not straight. Oh, well, this is that circle punch that doesn't like to cut. There we go. Now, other than ink in the back of it, I didn't really ink, and I'm not going to. So we'll just fold this back over. And we'll fold this up. So I'm going to glue the two sides on this pocket. Geez, I hope I haven't confused everybody really bad. Because like I say, I hadn't made this, so I was a little confused myself. I had to stop and figure it out for sure. We're going to fold that up. Then I'm going to fold this over, and I'm only going to glue across here and across here, just to the score line. Now, for those that like to sew, you can also sew these. I prefer just to glue. Okay, so let me grab a little something here. We have we have a little pocket back here, and we have a little pocket here. So that's like a double pocket. Now if you want any of these corners rounded, you can round them. You can use this as a floating pocket if you want. You can just leave it and paper clip it onto a page, or you can sew your 3 sides down, and then this can be another pocket back here, or you can just sew 2 sides and it can be a tuck. It's however you want to use it. So it's pretty. If you leave it as a floating pocket, you can decorate the back. All right, so there's our first piece. Now the piece that was on the cut off of this, I'm just going to cut my edges, and I'm just going to fold them in half just to make it easy on myself. And I'm going to cut my angles. There we go. And I'm going to cut the little part of that score mark off. And then when I do tags, I like to round my corners. So I'm just going to round my corners. Now you can add a topper to this if you want. I didn't really grab anything. I think maybe I was supposed to cut something off of here, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to leave it as a tag. And hang on just a second. Okay, I'll just cut a little piece of this blue ribbon and just staple on top. It's a little bit darker than the blue, but I think it'll be all right. Now if you want your tag to fit in there, just cut your tag a little narrower. I'm not really sure if the tag went in there or not, but we're not going to sweat that little thing. We're just going to put this on and we're going to move on. And you can just cut your little angles. Maybe it's too early in the day for me today. I act like I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe I don't. All right. So that's them 2 pieces. Now next, we are going to do let's see. We're going to do a little booklet. So this booklet was off of an 8x4 piece. These 2 pieces went together. So this one measures 6.5 by 4 because I cut 1.5 inches off of the end of it. So this is a 1.5 inch by 4, and this is going to be a notepad topper. So now for our booklet, I just inked the inside. We're just going to fold it in half. Okay. Now I took coffee dyed paper And let me see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sheets. And I cut them at approximately 6 by 3 3/4. So I have to check to see if they're too long or that I'll have to trim them. Nope, these are the right size. So let me grab my cotton that I'm going to sew it in with. Okay. Now I'm just going to, and some of these are a little tiny bit narrower. I think there's a couple. It was just how the paper cut off at the end. So it doesn't all have to be the same size. So I'm going to put one there, put one over here. I'm going to use my pokey tool and make 3 little holes. I'm going to do a 3 it's a pamphlet stitch. It's a 3-hole pamphlet stitch, I think it's called. Hopefully they're fairly even. All right. Now, I'm going to go through the center first. And up at the top. Now, after you do this, if you think you need to, you can put something over the binding so your paper doesn't tear. I mean, put something over your spine, like a binding or something, so your paper doesn't tear. Now we're going to go down to the bottom, because that little pokey tool made awful big holes. Almost tore right there. All right, so I'm only going to go through each hole once, and then I'm just going to tie it in a knot. And I'm just going to cut it down low. Okay. So there's our booklet. Now you can decorate your booklet however you want it decorated. Same as before, I'm not decorating any of this stuff. I'm just making the base pieces. So that'll be a cute little booklet. And this will fit inside here. Now we're going to come back to this tag, because I should have cut this. I should have cut a 1/2 inch off of it, and I didn't. Otherwise it would have fit in here. But that's okay, because you can put another tag in it. You can put a tag of any sort in it. Doesn't actually have to match it. So now with this 1/2 inch, I had more paper of this. So with this 1/2 inch, we're going to make a little ruffle. And all she did was, you just sit and ruffle your paper. Now, she sewed hers on the sewing machine. I'm not sewing mine. I'm just going to glue mine. Now, I've seen Actually seen a few ladies do this. I think I'll just leave that one out. And they've done it both ways. But if you don't have a sewing machine or you don't want to sew, you don't have to do it. Now they just do these little ruffles as just, you know, little ephemera pieces. And you just glue them down. So you just glue in your front fold and your back. Excuse me, and I got a froggy in my throat. Maybe I shouldn't have done this video today. So you glue your front fold and you glue your back fold. Kind of thought there was a reason why that tag didn't fit, but it's okay. Now these ruffles, it's just so you're not throwing your little pieces of paper away. You have extra ephemera pieces, decorating ephemera pieces. So like you could glue it on there as just a little fancy piece or anything. So if you keep all of your little narrow strips, you can just make little ruffles out of them. You can, after you make your ruffle, when you get ready to attach it, you could put a flower, a butterfly, anything on it, and that would make it pretty also. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces so far. This makes the 4th piece. Now, let's see, what are we doing now? Now we're going to do a notepad topper. And this is the piece that came off of, what did it come off of? It come off of the notepad. Or the little booklet. It came off of the booklet. So I think there's 10 pieces here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I missed a couple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I did different weight papers, different off of notepads and index cards. All of this different stuff. Just put them all together. Now, all I'm going to do is staple my notepad together. I think I'll do 3. Now you can also use the coffee dyed paper like I did in the booklet. You can use anything you want. Now the notepad topper, since I stapled that, I'm just going to glue this on. And you just fold it in half. So this piece here was 4 inches by 1.5. And I have a really bad feeling that this video is going to be confusing. I hope not. Now, seeing how this is a little bit heavier, I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac. It'll hold it a little bit better. And I'm just going to glue my topper on. And you can leave your edges square or you can round them. Completely up to you. If I sat and cut all my paper on video and did everything that I had to do to them, it would make my videos way too long. So if you just write the measurements down, just go back and listen to it again. Like I say, if you don't have 12 by 12s, you can still make the pieces. Okay, so there's that. And we can just trim this little side off. I don't think I stapled. Yeah, I think some of these are a little bit wider. Let's see. So see on top of your topper thing, you could put lace up there. You could put anything. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 pieces. All right, so we're to our last one now. Now this piece was the last 12-inch by 4-inch piece. And I cut off one piece that was, I cut 2 inches off of one part, and I cut 4 inches off of another one. So this is how it was. And then that left this piece to be 6 inches by 4 inches. And this is going to be our triple pocket. And all you're going to do is figure out where you want your pockets to be. You're just going to stagger them. If you don't want this one up so high, you can bring it down a little bit lower. And then put this one on. And we're going to cut the notches in. And if you, I only inked that one. If you wanted to show a difference, and we could do that really, really quick, I can just ink this center one up. Let me just ink this real quick. I inked the back piece because this could also be a floating pocket, or you can glue it in, and that would also give you extra pocket or tuck space. That's why I inked the back. Okay, there we go. So now we could have the flowers, and then just like the blue marbled look or whatever you would want to put on them. The last ones I did, I added extra paper, but that really takes quite a long time. Let me see. I think I like this one to go all the way to the bottom, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put that one all the way to the bottom, but you have to decide how you want yours spaced. So I'm going to cut my thumb notches. And if you want your corners rounded, you can round your corners. Yep, that's how I'm going to do it. So we're just going to glue the 3 sides. Now what am I doing? I glued the wrong side. Oh dear me. I really don't think I was ready to do this video. I was ready earlier. And then, well, I had a few other things that I had to do. So I waited to do my video. That's probably what threw me off. Okay, we're going to glue on the side with the roses. And now generally I don't edit out my boo-boos. I just leave them in here. It's only when it's a really, really bad boo-boo do I take it out. Now we'll glue this side. And I think I need to trim a little off of here. Put them up out of the way. And there we go. Now, if you do glue this in, then you could put another thumb notch here. You could glue 3 sides, or you could glue 2 sides and have a tuck. Any way you want to do it. And that's how you would get the triple pocket, is when you glue this down. So that's our video for today. And geez, oh man, I'm so sorry that there was so many flub ups and so much confusion. Let me see, where did I put the little ruffle? So there's our little ruffle. So even though it didn't go very smoothly, I think it all turned out really, really cute. And you do your decorations how you would like. And then you have another set ready to go. And that's our video for today. I think I'll go rest now. So thanks for joining me. And I hope you come back to see me soon. And until then, happy crafting. Bye for now.